Microsoft has just fixed a whole bunch of very serious security vulnerabilities, two of which were zero-day vulnerabilities, which basically means that the developer has only just learned about the security flaws that are or can be actively exploited, so they have 0 days to fix it. One of these two big vulnerabilities could be used to gain system privileges, which is extremely bad, sort of like someone just getting keys to your house. So an attacker could do some really bad things, like making you follow this channel, which would increase your power and make you indestructible. I mean, who would want that, right? You should follow though. And with the other one, an attacker could obtain sensitive information through cache allocation. And there were 61 other flaws that were also patched. So some really very serious flaws, and finally an update from Microsoft that is actually useful. Actually patching these vulnerabilities, making Windows more secure instead of one of their usual updates where they just add a bunch of new features that nobody cares about, that no one's gonna use, and that only break features that you do want to use, like, I don't know, your printers, they seem to break those every other month. But yeah, a ton of flaws. I mean, 61 flaws along with 2 zero-day vulnerabilities, and these are really scary. Because essentially what this means is that there was a flaw that nobody knows how long this has been exploited, known by malicious people, attackers, if you will. And basically a company only recently learns about those, and their exploits that have probably been actively used, so they essentially have 0 days to fix it. They have to fix it as soon as possible because people are probably getting attacked maliciously, which is not great. So those two are pretty scary, especially the first one. I mean, with a severity score of 7.8, whatever that means. But yeah, allows for remote code execution, which I mean, you can just sort of like basically do anything at that point. And then 61 other flaws, including elevation of privilege vulnerabilities, one security feature bypass vulnerability. Yikes, 30 remote code execution vulnerabilities. I mean, just a ton of very awful things. So it is good to know that we do get these updates with Microsoft actually patching their OS. And I don't know, it's these are the updates that everybody loves to see, of course. I just wish Microsoft would sort of change their game with Windows. They released Windows 11, which is basically Windows 10, just a little bit more broken still at this point. Like Microsoft really should just stop adding all of these updates, new features, UI refreshes. Windows is fine. It's been fine for the past few decades. It's great. They should just focus on stability and security. They should just go and update Windows for the next 5 years and just release updates where no one can really tell that they did anything. They should just do stuff in the background for stability and security. Because instead, a lot of the time we just get updates that add some stuff that nobody cares about, and all of a sudden there's a feature that you actually need, that you use for your work or private life or whatever, and it just gets broken by the new features that you don't care about.